Hostile UAV above.
Oh! I set off his trip charge and I got a building. See how the smoke goes? Oh yeah, fucking brilliant. G'day gamers, Wildbot here, or Filthy Wildbot 74, with a bit of vlog which might get me a little bit of hate here and there. Now look, it's about the beta, and it's about what I think has been a bit suspicious about what's been going on. Now, I personally have played it on the PlayStation 4 and on the Xbox One, and I can tell you the Xbox One has had pretty bad connection issues. But what I will say is, it's been a little bit more consistent with its connection. The PlayStation 4 version ran very smoothly, took a while to download. They both took about the same time to download. It was moderate to open, moderate to open, moderate to open, and the one with the Xbox One's beta has always been moderate. Now you're probably wondering what are you going on about here? Well, you know, I watch a lot of YouTubers in the COD community, and there's one thing I've noticed about it's changed in the last couple of weeks more than it has in the last 6 months, is the deliberate, and I do believe this, you can call me paranoid or not, but the deliberate smashing and bashing of the Xbox One. Now look, before you say you're a fanboy, before you say you're this, you've always been an Xbox One over the PlayStation 4, I'm not, okay? My favourite game, which I am a fanboy about, is Gears of War, period. It happens to be on the Xbox. I got the PlayStation 4, loved it. Can't wait to crank it up anymore. And that's the honest truth, people, because it's got Planetside 2, fun game to play, and, mate, the only complaint I've got about using the beta on the PlayStation 4 was the controller. The buttons a little bit too close together, or the sticks, and the batteries run out quicker. But that's it. I could adapt to that. I'll get a scuff. I'll get a scuff for the PlayStation 4. I am going to tell you this, too, that I'm going to get Black Ops 3 for both consoles. For both. But the one thing I want to bring up here is the bullshit that's gone with it, and the misconceptions of people that has gone with it, okay? Now I'm going to link 3 videos in the description, and I suggest you watch all of them. One is from Drama Alert, which is Keemstar, who's very popular with the MLG COD community, particularly FaZe. Very, very strong pusher for the Xbox 360. He does a bit of a drama alert at the end of it. He explains why he doesn't like the Xbox One, how it's just gone to shit. He says it's shit. The first reason he brought up was the servers are always down. The party chat system doesn't work very well, which is true, people, which is true. And it's just not easy to use. It's a piece of shit. He's going straight to the PlayStation 4, which he said he doesn't want to do because he doesn't like the controller. His mate, Only Use Me Blade, who gets interviewed on there, says the same thing. I'll get to my theories where I think it's all a bit sus. The next video is all about the FaZe team in the FaZe house, just talking about YouTubers in life. And they couldn't help but help themselves, or FaZe Apex, watch him, he's FaZe Apex, couldn't help himself but say several times, every little chat and cutscene, he couldn't say how bad the beta for the Xbox One is. Alright, it gets more there. And then you have Scumpy. I love Scumpy. Scumpy's the best, but he made the biggest mistake of all today. He really did in what he had to say. Starts playing the game, and he does a live commentary, and he talks a little bit about the beta, the Xbox One beta. The rest of it's just talking about Black Ops 3 and how good it is. And he says he supports Call of Duty. Nothing wrong with that. And I personally do believe that Call of Duty being moved on to PlayStation 4 and then putting in $50 million that we know of, that they've done to get the exclusive deal, I think it's great for Call of Duty. I think it's great for PlayStation 4 owners. And I want to hear back from PlayStation owners as well, because I think we're starting to cop what the PlayStation Society did in the Xbox community. I really am. And the difference is, we're noticing it more because YouTube is bigger and COD community is bigger on YouTube. So I've noticed these little things. And I want you to be constructive criticism in the comments below. It's going to be a bit of a long one, but let me hear my theory out. But anyway, first thing Scumpy says was, and I found this a bit strange, he goes, he pretty much came out and said this. Now, I trust his word over anybody else because this guy's the best COD player on the planet, without a doubt. And he said, the game is engineered and built better to the premium to run better and is better on the PlayStation 4. Okay, valid point. Could be the case. And then he went on to say, I don't know what it is with the Xbox servers, but the beta's not up to scratch. The Xbox servers can't handle it. Okay. He did go on to say the Black Ops 1 on the PlayStation 3 felt better and handled better than it did on the Xbox 360. And he's not the only one to say that, but I do take that into accord. He has said that before when it comes to PlayStation. So he might have a valid point there. But the one thing he's wrong about, it came from Activision servers, not on the Asura servers. Xbox games, which is strictly on Xbox servers that we pay for and use, right? Let me say this again. We pay for, like, you know, Xbox Live, Titanfall, Gears UE, pretty much any Xbox exclusive on there, and it has to have multiplayer capability, is on the Asura servers. Okay? I can tell you that straight up. So he was wrong in that. And that's a very wrong thing to say because it's very misleading. Because on that video, how many kids would decide to go, right, I'm going PlayStation 4 because Stumpy told me that the Xbox servers aren't as good as the PlayStation servers. Complete and utter bullshit, people. That was just a really bad lie. And that is you know, I don't know. He must know. I'm sorry, he must know. The other thing is all these guys have switched over to PlayStation like that. Now, here's a couple of things that I think has been a bit suspicious and made me think a little bit strange about this, okay? The game itself is not console-breaking material. Now, let me just say that again. The game itself, the graphics, the mechanics, the playability, is not console-breaking material. Let's go back to when both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One launched. The game that really challenged both consoles was Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 shits all over Black Ops and the next COD for the next 2 years, people, because of its graphics and the mechanics and the sheer amount of stuff on it. That was, believe it or not, DICE's problem. And both consoles had their problem. The slight difference you notice was it was a little bit darker on the PlayStation 4, and if I can say, a little bit brighter on the Xbox One. Both had glitches on both maps, both had connection issues, major problems there. Okay? The only difference, I'll be honest, the only difference with the PlayStation 4 was that at the time the parties were easier to join. Xbox One, not much difference. Same thing, but yes, the party system still is a little bit glitchy. I won't deny it. The PlayStation, the Xbox One, you need to be a bit of a tech guy to run it. It's politically correct. It's technically difficult. If they can make what they did with the Xbox 360 and put it into the Xbox One, they've won. But they can't. Somebody with a bright idea thought, let's make an entertainment system rather than a full-fledged gaming system. I love them both. If you can get both. But back to the COD thing, okay? Now, Xbox, they didn't put $50 million into it. Fair enough. I'm glad it worked well for Sony. They needed to. It's going to sell consoles for them. It's launched well, but I don't like what these guys are saying. It's a piece of shit. It's crap. So there we got that. So it's not graphically broken. So if it's coming from the same servers, right, from Activision, why did it really fuck up for Xbox One? Because the one person that really floated against the boat of all this, and he's a very heavy hitter in the Call of Duty community, was Austin Pamage. And he didn't have a go at Keemstar, but pretty much just said, get this. He goes, I don't know what the issue is, Keem. I've had no problems with either consoles. It's running fine with me. Don't forget, also, Scumpy said he's been looking for a game for 20 minutes before he started the video, before he could find one. I'm all the way in Australia, Scumpy. Took me less than 2 minutes. Yes, it was glitchy a bit yesterday, but 10 minutes, I was into a game. So I know you're lying, mate. I'm sorry, but I know you're lying. And it just seems to be in America, it just went off, just went nuts. The Xbox One couldn't do anything right. But let's not forget, every other game it launched perfectly. I mean, look at Destiny. I could be the first one to admit it. When Destiny came out, the Destiny servers were cranked to the max. I mean, there were so many people there for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Not a fucking iota of a problem on both consoles. That was a more challenging game than Black Ops 3 will be. Don't tell me, oh no, it won't be. Why would it won't be? No, it's got better sound, better graphics. I'll point that out to you. It's the graphics on Destiny are way better than the graphics on Black Ops 3. Don't get me wrong, Black Ops 3, that's the title I'm getting. I'm just trying to point into your minds here how suspicious this whole thing is, and not to fall for it. Because the thing is, it's pretty much, Black Ops 3 has copied Crysis 3, by the way, but pretty much, the thing is, how I see it is, it's bullshit. The whole thing, these people paid to say and make it negative because you're swinging voters on what consoles to get. It is in November it comes out, and they're hoping to sell a lot of consoles on this game and what these people say. Listen to what these guys say in the video and how quickly they are just to turn and just go against Xbox. It's like, oh shit, it's crap. The parties are crap. And that's what made me think about a few things. Because Keemstar said straight away to Austin Pamage on Twitter, he goes, you must be paid by Microsoft. How much are they paying you? From where I come from with my experience, when a person throws an accusation at you like that, it's because they're doing exactly the same thing. They're deflecting onto you. Now, I love Keemstar. I know he supports MLG, so he's going to go either way. I just wish they were a little bit more honest about it. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. There's so many shifty stuff about it, and I really not impressed with what Scumpy had to say. When he's saying it's all crap now, well, why didn't he say that early on? Why didn't he say that about Advanced Warfare? The connection's a bad problem on both consoles. Not many people playing it on both consoles. But let's not forget about Ghost. They all play it. Have you noticed all these years they've played it on that one console and they just suddenly turn around now and say it's a shit, Black Ops 3 shit. When the mechanics in Advanced Warfare are more fucking stretching and harder than the mechanics on Black Ops 3. I'll be the first one to say it. I could be wrong, but trust me, that's how I feel about it. So, I think it's a little bit sus. I know I'll cop a little hate about this. At the end of the day, it is just COD, but the way we look at it, COD is important to the gaming industry, whether you like it or not. And the fact that this kind of business goes on here and there, it really makes you just want me to say to my subscribers, my small little 2 cents here is, do your own research. Go to the console where your mates are and ask your mates, because they're going to give you better reviews than anybody else. Anybody else, in my view, is just going to give you shit. Talk to your mates. So, tell me what you think. Tell me, am I wrong? Am I paranoid? You know, all these things in there, they're quite damning, in my view, that I think they have been paid to say these things. Listen carefully to what they say and their product placement. Yep, product placement. And not surprisingly, Jev did the same type of video saying he couldn't find a match. So he just went off. And let me guess, the first game he said he's going to play after that was, Until Dawn. You know what I mean? They're all in the same house. Sorry, it's a little bit too convenient. What, there's no other games on the Xbox One or the PlayStation you can play? I know, we've got to talk about Until Dawn. Don't get me wrong, I've heard it's a great game. But I'm just saying, there's too much product placement and too much bullshit. YouTube shouldn't be that way. If the game is good, play it on that. Look at Goldie and all these guys, they played it on PC, and PC version is shit. I'll try and find Level Cap's video, and there's one thing he brings up out there, and he's almost questioning him, saying, why do you deliberately do this? And it's about the mouse sensitivity, how it changes in between frame rates. Can you believe, like, I'm not an expert, but he's basically saying you can't permanently set your sensitivity on your mouse, which is the worst thing to fucking do on a first-person shooter on a PC. So, are we copying what the Xbox started years ago and put on the Sony people, and Sony finally giving back to us? Because at the end of the day, the person to blame about the big deals here, people, and I will be the first to say it, is Microsoft. Yes, some people hate that, but it's true. Microsoft started that dodgy deal, and that's why exclusivity came into it. But I love both consoles. I love them to death. You'll see me only cry if Gears of War went to PC. That's the honest truth. That is the honest truth, because then I have to buy a PC, which I would. That's how the gaming community's got me. I hope you watched the whole video. Please leave constructive criticism and put it down there in the comment section below. Before you make a decision, please look at those videos and see what you think. Yes, the Xbox One beta was nowhere near up to par with the PlayStation 4. I have less difficulties with the Xbox One. Maybe I should do another video and show you the little things that I have to do to make it work. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing I want to bring up to you about. Sorry to ramble on. Was about how somebody found out about the problem of getting the codes to work in the first place. You had to go to Brazil. And then this weird video came out to change your region to Brazil. Now, who in the fuck would work that out? I'm sorry, but that seems a little bit sus, because what that's done is a lot of kids who are on there, who are on that system and change their console region to Brazil, can't change it back for 3 months later, which is definitely a big damning thing. And all Brian Vander had to say was, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Not a good thing, people. Not a good thing. Sorry it's a long video. Frag and tab. Be good to those on you. Plenty more Gears UE stuff after that. And I do recommend Black Ops 3 on either console with your mates. Kaboom.